Welcome to Mondays with Coach Rice. It's a brand new week, the sun's shining bright. A chance to cast your net, step into the light. Life's full of challenges, it's a winding stream. But with Coach Rice, you'll find your dream.
All right, good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome to Casting the Net Mondays with Coach Rice, where we dive deep into the topics that matter most to you, and that is your mental health and well-being. I'm your host, Coach Rice, your professional certified life and health coach and trained mental health counselor. I am super excited today. It's this afternoon because guess what? I have a very special guest that's dear to my heart. I'm honored to welcome the multi-talented. I call him multi-talented, and I'm not even exaggerating. He's a certified personal trainer, nutrition specialist,
Mhm.
a motivational speaker, a pastor. Oh my God, to see him play music is phenomenal. A philanthropist, and an influencer who is making a profound impact in the lives of everywhere in the lives of others. He's passionate about helping people, and so I just want to welcome Marc Dixon II. Marc,
Thank you.
your journey is truly diverse and inspiring. Um,
Yeah, thank you.
Balancing like fitness, nutrition, faith, and all of these things. Like,
hmm
what inspired you to take this journey? And tell them where you're from first, and what inspired you to take this phenomenal journey?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for allowing me to be on this amazing platform with none other than you. I think I thank God it's just an honor and a privilege to be mentioned amongst some of the greats and people who you've had on this platform. I do not take it for granted. I'm honored and I'm privileged to even be on this with you today. So I don't take this lightly at all. So, well, I'm a kid. I'm a kid. I'm from Chicago, of course. I was born and raised in Chicago. My family dynamic background comes from a religious aspect. My dad, my mom, and different things. Who they were never kind of into music. My mom was, but my dad wasn't. But my dad was a pastor. And of course, that makes my mother a first lady or whatever you want to call her, missionary. She was licensed and ordained as well as my father. But I got into music at an early age. I started playing drums real early, super early, and I'm self-taught. So I play about three or four instruments, and I'm self-taught. I never went to school for none of it. I never attended a university for music. I learned how to read on my own. I learned how to play on my own and different things of that nature. So I was a type of person, and you can ask my mom that once I put my mind to something, I was going to try to do it no matter what. No one could stop me. So I was just kind of like that ambitious kid, but I was always a nosy kid. I wanted to see, I wanted to see how the what's the whys, and different things. But I was more of a non-talkative nosy kid, more than a verbal one. So that's why I got kind of like my motivation from. A lot of my motivation for music this comes from being around my family. My mom was very engulfed into music, very heavy, and so of course the people that she was around kind of influenced me in that aspect. My dad would push me. He will push me once he knew that I was into something. My dad would always push me, whether it been sports or whether it been music. He would just be like my number one supporter, and so coming from that background. I've always had, as they say, the help I needed, but sometimes we take that for granted. And so that's where my religious and music background come from. I've always been an athlete. I played basketball at an early age. I fell in love with it. Been across, the United States and even overseas. Did some football as well too in professional football. Did CFL league, which is a Canadian Football League. Did that as well too. And then, of course, last but not least, I competed in bodybuilding for about 10 or 11 years, if not more than that. Did that professionally for about 11 years, turned pro, natural pro, and did things of that nature. So did a lot of summer area. I kept myself busy. I've always been an ambitious kid. I've always been a person who felt like if somebody else can do it, then I can do it too, and maybe even better. And so I've always had my enthusiasm and I didn't allow people to put limits on me. And so that was kind of like my motivation to just kind of keep thriving and keep going and pushing past the elements. And growing up as an intelligent kid already, like my sister is so different from me. My mother would tell you I'm the person that didn't have to be taught. So it made me kind of like lazy. But my sister had to be taught, so it made her seem like she was the worker. But with me, I kind of just got it. As a kid, I got it. You show me something one time, I get it. So I always, and it helped me out throughout life and juggling different things, which is one of the biggest things in my life is juggling multiple facets of life. Yeah.
That's incredible. I love how ambitious you are. I've seen you in your fitness journey, and tell me more about like if your onboarding process for you know as a as a health coach, because you're now
Hmm.
a health coach, right? And
Hmm.
so I know you're a personal trainer as well. So
Yeah.
how does your onboarding process work? Like if somebody wanted to come and say hire you, how would that go?
I've always been taught. So even me getting into fitness, to be honest with you, was well, even bodybuilding was a dare. It was funny. I had a guy. I've always been into sports, but I never took fitness and health seriously until I became a personal trainer. That was like around 2005 or six. I met a guy. I was playing basketball. I met a guy. He was older gentleman. He was about 40 something years old at the time, but you can tell he looked like he was like 21 years old. And so he will always tell me when you gonna come up here and work out and train and get some of this with the real men and stuff like that. And I always tease, I'll be up there in a minute or whatever to work out. And one day I actually took him up on his offer and I fell in love with the whole working out, bodybuilding concept. My parents worked out a lot. My dad used to work out every day. My mother would be in the gym for hours. So my mother was like 400 and something pounds, and she
Mm.
lost like 300 and something pounds, and she's been keeping it off ever since. And this was probably back in like 90, let's see, 92, 93. My mom was like 400 and something pounds. My dad had got up to about almost 300 something pounds, and to see them kind of go through their whole weight loss journey, but not being educated on it when I got into the field of weight loss and coaching, they became my prime example. And so me getting into it, how people get into it, I always tell a person I train their mind before I train their body.
Okay.
A lot of people don't understand it's first mental, and it's not mentally trying to sabotage you or mentally trying to convince you, but it's more so having you understand the aspects of how important your mind has to line up with your body. And so what I tell people is I'll always ask them, are you mentally ready and prepared? Because this is not a race, this is a marathon. Whether you're trying to gain weight, whether you're trying to lose weight, it's a marathon and not a race. The goal is not to have you lose a certain amount of weight so fast. The goal is to just keep you healthy for life.
Okay.
And that's my point and that's my aspect. So a person coming to me, I always ask them, you know, where's your mindset at? And that includes your daily activities. What do you do for a living? Because that plays a part of your mental health. Do you have any kids? That plays a part of your mental health. Do you have a husband or a spouse or a significant other? That plays a part in your mental health. Because if you don't have a support system, then nine times out of 10, I'm going to have to be everything that you're lacking. And
Okay.
so, me, I have to make sure that I'm equipped or ready to take on the responsibility of being your partner, of being your accountability partner, of being that person that when you want to stop and leave and give up, that I motivate you to push you to keep going. That, you know, to tell you that yes, you might only lost 5 pounds this week, but next week let's push for six, let's push for seven, you know, baby steps. And again, because this is a marathon. So first things first is the mental. It's the mental aspect starting off when a person comes to me.
Oh, okay. So, what hurt? What about so nutrition? How important is nutrition when it comes to your journey in, keeping yourself healthy? I would say keeping that momentum going.
Nut-
How important is nutrition, and what role does it play in coordination with the workout?
I'm glad you asked that because let's expel some of the rumors and misconceptions. Nutrition is the most important thing of training and working out. What you put in your body is exactly what you're gonna get out of it.
Mm.
It's just like if you have a Mercedes Benz or a car that takes premium fuel only and you decide to put 87 in there. Now you don't have enough octane to get you from point A to point B in reference to vehicle. So a lot of people are living to eat when you should be eating to live. And a lot of times it's not about what you eating, it's also about when you're eating it because throughout the day our body goes through this height, they go through different levels, they go through a calming stage, they go through a high metabolism phase. So nutrition is the most important thing of any aspect, whether you're gaining or losing, because you have to fuel your body not only just to get through your workout, but you also have to fuel your body for recovery purpose. And you have to make sure that you get enough nutrients, enough vitamins, enough A's and the B's and the zincs, and the magnesiums in your body that's going to allow you to, I would like to use this word, procreate more muscle tissue that's going to also help you alleviate fat molecules. Because there's only two tissue that actually grows in your body. That's muscle and then there's fat.
Mm.
And so if you alleviate one, then you're going to get more of the other. And so if you alleviate a lot of fat molecules, you're going to get more muscle. If you're going to alleviate a lot of the muscle, you're going to get more fat molecules, and your body is going to go to a place where it's going to start storing fat. So what you put in your body, the A's, the spinach, the zinc, the iron, the magnesium, the vitamin D's, those things that you can actually get from food. Here's the problem with a lot I notice about a lot of people as they try to supplement their natural food. And what I'm saying is they try to get their food through protein shakes. They try to get their food through certain other aspects, through pills and different things, when we need to allow our bodies to do what it naturally supposed to do, and that's digest food and process it. And if your body is not, if you're offsetting your body to not formulate or produce or do things that is naturally given to supposed to do, that's why you'll get upset stomachs and different things of that nature because you're not allowing your body to do what it's supposed to do. And that's simply digest good food or use good food for energy so that you can fuel your workout or even lose weight. The higher your metabolism, the more quicker and faster you will lose weight, even losing weight in your sleep while you're resting because rest is very important too along with your nutrition. But nutrition, rest is a part of nutrition because it's a thing that you have to input into your day, into your time, to make sure that your body is getting the proper recovery as well too.
Wow, that is so interesting because most people think I work out, and then after they leave, they go and get whatever they want to eat and think, since I worked out, I'm good, right?
No.
And
It doesn't work
it
like
don't
that.
work like that, right? Because you could be
It's a
putting
science.
okay, it's a science behind. I keep hearing that it's a science behind it. And so,
Hmm.
what when you meet with your clients, what do
Hmm.
you see? Where do you see the most roadblocks?
That's a good question. I see the most roadblocks in motivation.
Mm.
Um, a lot of people are not just motivated. Some people have been hurt and burnt by trainers or coaches because they didn't get the right results. So they paid all this money, and it's like I wasted my money, and I had a trainer before, and all this other stuff. And then you have those people that just feels like this is just what I'm going to be for the rest of my life, and I'm cool with that, and it doesn't have to be like that. So I most of my clients always have a hard time dealing with motivation. It's their motivational factor, and that's one of the main reasons why I say I start with the mental because I got to get you mentally motivated to dive into something that you might not even be used to. Or at the same time, I got to get you mentally motivated to keep you going because a lot of times people get coaches or or trainers when they hit a wall or when they're just starting out. because of their
Mm-hmm.
lack of knowledge of what to do and how to do. A lot of people never start to do. And
That's
so
true.
it so that person, those people who have that stipend are afraid to get, coaches and personal trainers because they're kind of embarrassed. They're in their 40s, they're in their 50s and different things or whatever, or their 30s, and they're like, man, I'm kind of embarrassed that I don't even know none of this stuff. But it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. And in order for you to be great, you have to just start. And so no one starts off great. I never started off great. I grew into this person. I grew into this knowledge. I learned this knowledge as I went. I was my first guinea pig. My first client was me. And so I had to learn the dynamics and the biology and the physiology of the body and anatomy through myself, but also going to get educated for it. I was personal training before I had a certification.
Mm.
And because I loved what I did and still do, and it was a part of me. And so I just took it upon myself because certain doors that I needed to get in was to go ahead and get certified and go get a degree in it and different things like that. But I was already doing training and changing lives and having people live healthier lives and lose weight. So the biggest part, again, to answer your question again, the biggest part about my clients is their motivation. Like, it's really their motivation.
I can see that happening. And so how do you get them motivated then? Like, how do you get a person let's give an example. Like, how do you get a person who decided this is the way it's going to be, but I need help, but I don't want to stop the habits I have? How do you get them to a place where they motivated?
It's funny you say that because I'm different. I'm a different type of trainer. And I always go by this rule. This is my number one rule for getting a person motivated. It's called a reality check. It's called a reality check. And because, let's be honest, we have magazines, we have TV, we have social media, we have all, and what we're trying to do, we're trying to fit us into that mold of acceptance so that people, so right now we're trying to do like Beyonce, we're trying to eat like Beyonce, we trying to, and that's not no shade to her and how she does it, but let's be honest, you're not her.
Right.
She lives and breathes performances and she's an artist. You got to go to the post office and go to work every day. So but you're trying to fit a mold of how to be this person. So I always tell my clients, literally, even in person, I tell them, I need you to do the first thing first. I need you to go and look in the mirror, take all your clothes off, look in the mirror, because I need you to come face to face with who you are.
Wow.
I need you to really see who you are. I need you to take the wig off. I need you to take the eyelashes, or what if it's a female. If it's if it's a man, I need you to take that t-shirt. I'm dead serious. I tell them, go look in the mirror and look perfectly naked and look at yourself and stare at
Mm.
yourself. And once you come to grips with that's me, that's okay, I don't have the nice this, or I don't have that, then now we can start because now I can work with you instead of working with a fantasy.
Oh, I
Because
love it.
if I because if I constantly working with a person who has this delusion, then you're never going to be satisfied by my coaching style. You're never going to be satisfied by what I do. You're going to always have complaints. And then you're going to always try to have this deadline. I got 2 weeks, and then I got 3 days, and I need to. And you're never going to be satisfied. No, let's work with what you got. You don't have that high metabolism. You don't have that body structure. You don't have this, and you don't have that. So let's work with what you have. Let's make the best you that we can possibly make out of this, and go from there. So I tell them, and then the second thing I tell them is go get an outfit that you've been trying to wear or you want to buy, and your body is not allowing you to buy it because I can't fit that now. I can't get into that now. I tell them go buy it. Now we have set a goal. Our
Okay.
goal is our goal is not to get you even technically in that dress, but our goal is to say, I have a small goal. My small goal is to get you in this dress. Because while we're getting those small wins, the big win is you live in a healthy lifestyle. What you were supposed to probably get attacked with, you don't have attacked with. You just beat diabetes, you just beat hypertension, you just beat certain things, and now you could fit in this dress that you've been, bought,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're healthy and wearing it. And so that's kind of my motivational style, or pushing people and getting them past that hump of just reality checks, letting them know.
I love that approach because you're right. That's and it's also aligned with comparing, right? And when you
Hmm.
compare, that's not
Hmm.
good because you're not competing with yourself. You're competing with something you're not, and that
You're not. Yep.
persona that we have that we want to be. This I've been there, done that, so I know what you're talking about.
Me too. Me too. To be honest with you, me too. So when I first got into bodybuilding, I wanted to be the biggest guy on stage. I wanted to have the biggest muscles. I wanted to the biggest thighs. I wanted to, and not really knowing that most of those guys who was competing was only like 5'5", 5'8". Now I'm 6'2", so they were like 5'5", 5'10", 5'8". The tallest person maybe been 6'6" So they had a different type of muscle shaping that I didn't have. And of course, they was doing other illegal activities to get that size. And so one person told me, he said, "Man, if you ever want to be at that stage, this is what you have to do." My conscience, my mind, myself, this I said, I can't do that.
Right,
There's too many risk factors, and everybody want to know what I'm talking about. There's too many risk factors in
right,
everything, and so I never. So that's when I realized, okay, let me be the best Mark I can be and compete in the shows that I know at the end of the day, I'm gonna still have my health and it's still gonna be intact. And I'm gonna still have my life and my livelihood, and I won't have no minor setbacks with that. So that was it worked for it even worked for me. Like I said, I'm always my first coach. I'm always coaching myself before I coach other people.
okay. So with this new age um, stuff that's going on in the weight loss field, such as
Hmm.
shots,
Yeah.
do you coach people that actually are actually doing those type of using those type of methods?
Yes, it's funny you mentioned that because I work in the medical field. I'm a physician's assistant and also an office medical coordinator for an internal medicine clinic with Rush University. So that's my 9 to 5, my
Okay.
my bill paying job. Okay. But that's what I do. And yes, so I'm able to write prescriptions, prescribe medications, even consult people sometimes if I have to, in reference to what they're doing. And yes, the Wegovy's and all those is like through the roof. But what I tell people is nothing works unless you put it to work, because everything has a side effect and everything has complications. And the problem is you get people who get addicted to these shots and different things of that nature, and then they don't realize that they're not even getting the results. Because let's just put it to you like this. I'm gonna make it real simple and plain. You're shooting stuff up in your body and
Mm-hmm.
you're not moving, you're not being active, you're not working out because it works with something. You're not dieting like you're properly supposed to do. And now you have this medication that's just sitting in your body,
Mm.
that's just festering and manifesting itself and growing into who knows what inside of your body. And later on, you hear this person say, "Oh my God, I'm having heart palpitations now," or certain things of that nature. Well, all this stuff works coincide with something else. You can't just take this stuff and sit and think you're just going to lose weight and it's going to just fall off. You have to work with something. So your best bet is to not even get on it, because the risk factors of it is far greater than you just going to the gym and getting a membership and hiring somebody like myself or anybody who understands. Listen, you don't need that. This is what you need to do. But again, discipline and motivation is the key.
Wow, that is true. That is deep. I was wondering about that because they need a nutrition. They need a nutrition plan.
Yes, you have to have one. It's, and let me be honest, since we kind of on this subject,
Yeah.
even with diabetes and hypertension,
Mm-hmm.
you can get off lisinopril and metformin and different things of that nature. All you have to do is diet and exercise, and you have to be consistent and
Okay.
have accountability for it. Again, me being in the medical field like I am now, I see it every day. But the first thing the physicians tell you to do is get on a low calorie diet and
Yep.
exercise. And so you've been waiting in the waiting room just for the physician to tell you get on a low calorie diet and exercise. And so, but you would pass me up because you're going, I don't need a trainer. I'm just going to get on and I'm gonna listen to my primary care physician. Well, he's gonna tell you the same thing that I'm going to tell you because we're certified. We're technically certified in both areas. Of course, they have a doctorate, they do more, but at the same time, we have the same schematics. And
Okay.
so, what I tell them is this is how I do it. I tell them, okay, go ahead. And when he does your referral, just make sure he puts my name on the referral because he's gonna send you to me anyway.
Right. Yeah, because trainer, you know, sometimes is the hardest part about I would say the most fearful part of getting a
Mhm.
trainer that I found is the fear of failing or the fear of not being able to do what they actually expect you to do. Can you
That's a huge
talk a
fear.
little bit about that?
Yeah, that's a huge fear because let me be honest with you. Trainers have a bad rep. A lot of trainers have a bad
Okay.
reputation. We're fighting myself and a lot of other trainers who are in my age group and different things or who've been doing this a long time. We're fighting those trainers who don't really care about the people, as well as they think this is an overnight get rich quick scheme.
Okay.
And so we're fighting that dynamic. And what happens is a lot of your trainers don't have the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, the motivation, the enthusiasm to even care about your body. They're looking at you as a money grab. And that's you get those trainers that train you like they would train themselves. If you ever get a trainer that trains you like they would train themselves, that's a bad trainer because everybody's body is different.
Mm.
Everybody's genetic makeup is different. What works for Mark will probably never ever works for Martha because we're two different people. And it's not because we're two different have two different, genres or genes. It's the fact that some of the stuff I can do, you will probably never be able to do. It's just the way our lives, our bodies are set up. And so when you get a trainer um who doesn't understand your body, who doesn't dice or take the time out to understand and dissect your body, how it moves, how it breathes, how you maneuver, how flexible you are. If they're not taking the time out to understand that, then you have probably one of the worst trainers ever. And he's looking at you as a money grab. If the first thing that trainer comes out his mouth is a money issue, then that's the trainer you do not choose. Because a real trainer cares about your well-being versus your wallet
Okay.
because the interview will go like this with a trainer who actually who cares about you will go more so like those interview questions, what do you do in life, how did do you have this, what's going on, are you aware of any type of health issues. Trainers who grab money are more so like, so we got this package and we got this package and we got that package and which package you thinking about signing up for. It's all about the package,
Okay.
but those packages don't mean nothing if your health and well-being is in jeopardy.
That is so true. That is so true. So true. Because it's a lot of people get defeated. I see so many people do so
Hmm.
many things that hurt themselves versus
Yeah,
really actually, and then they get discouraged and don't want to do it again. And that's sad, you know, to be out there.
because you have to have proper form and proper technique. That's one of the first things I teach my clients is proper form and proper technique. And here's the crazy part, I never introduce my packages to anybody. Anybody that I have on my team, I've never introduced my packages. I wait for them to ask me, well, okay, well, how much is it? And
Right.
I send them the packages in different because I don't want them to think that it's just about money, money, money. If you're telling me, man, I just had hip surgery, I just had this, I just had that, then my first initial thought at that moment is to say, I need to take this person through a rehab process before I actually start training them.
Mm. Okay, you just
Because
said
you
something
can't just
kind of
dive
big.
in. You can't just
Oh, we gotta go through
you
a rehab.
can, yeah, because it's almost like I have to test certain aspects in order for me to create you a regimen that's going to be suitable for you. Because
Okay.
again, personal training is personal training.
Right.
And I have to create a regimen and even a nutrition plan. I ask my clients, are you allergic to anything? I always do that because it's personal. And when it
Right.
stops becoming personal, yeah, you got a bad trainer or coach.
Yeah. I like that. I really like that. That's true because if they really want you, they will ask. You know, they will say, what is the cost?" You know, bottom line. They want to know the bottom line because they're
Hmm.
interested, right?
The bottom line, yeah.
Right. So that's truly powerful. What what you're doing is amazing, and we coming in an area where people are stressed, high stressed environments, and that'll put weight on you, affect your sleep habits and all of these things. So you right in the cusp of like a very high need is especially, the mindset that's happening right now. When it comes to your are you able to do virtual as well?
Yes, I'm actually that's really what I'm doing now. I went from like in person to more to actually online coaching more now. For me, it's more convenient for me and the clients because a lot of the clients don't want to go in the gym. Especially starting out, they're kind of afraid of that atmosphere.
Yeah.
They're kind of afraid of the people and looking at them, and everybody's not in there to work out. They're more so in there to just lollygag or meet and greet, and stuff
Right.
like that. And so, my style now is strictly online, which is a lot better. I mean, clients in different states. So my packages offers different states for clients who need to be. I do virtual with them, Zoom, different things when I need to. But most of it, 99% of what I do now is strictly online for every client that I have. I'm pretty much don't do it in person at all. It's for me it's better. A lot of my clients they feel like it's 1,000 times better. And let's just be honest, like you said, the way this gym industry is going, a lot of people are now building their home gyms. And
Yes.
so they have equipment and different things and different stuff at home. And so not can cater to their needs even in their own home.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. That's pretty. I am so grateful. So, what do you got planned for the future in this journey?
A lot. So, so besides the motivational speaking and different things on fitness, health, and wellness, I am planning on putting on some seminars to teach more people about health and wellness, not just in the dynamic of working out, but more so overall health and wellness.
Yes.
Because I deal with clients who have diabetes, I deal with clients who have hypertension, I deal with clients who have had hip replacements and knee replacements. I even deal with former athletes who just said, "Man, I need to get back motivated," and different things of that nature. So, I plan on doing a lot of health, fitness, and wellness things. Probably even doing some podcast stuff as well too, talking about the dynamics of fitness and health, and also expelling a lot of the rumors that people have heard. About what they should and shouldn't do, or should and shouldn't take, and join that gym for $1 and do this for $3 and yeah, that's okay, but let's be honest with you. If you have no direction, then you just a horse blind leading the blind. Just so you most people nowadays, they just really need the direction, but they also need the motivation. And so when you have those things in one package, it allows you to grow from it and also get results from it. And the thing is you have to tell people the truth. You have to tell people the truth of not just about them, but also about their health and wellness. You have to tell them the truth.
Yeah, that's true. I like that. So, how can people get in touch with you for
So
your
they can get in touch with
services?
me via here Facebook. They can follow me here on Facebook, or they can email me at by Mark Marc, not a K, Marc, and then the number two right after that, and that's at gmail.com. Again, that's fitbymark2 at gmail.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook as well as Instagram. Up under Facebook, I am up under Marc Dixon 2, and then also Instagram, same thing. Marc Dixon too.
And I do, and I do have it in the comments.
Mm,
I will add your email as well. And so
hmm.
I really thank you so much for coming on. This has been enlightening, and I think it'll be enlightening for many more people to come, because I think it's important for us to have not just physical health but mental and holistic health overall. That's why I do the show,
Absolutely.
so people can know who to go to when they need help in certain
Yeah.
areas. And so I just want
Yes.
to thank you so much for coming on. I love what you're
No.
doing. I've been following you for years, so I know I've seen you, and I've said, "Are you a health coach?" No. And when I saw
Been there
you
for 20
finally
plus
going out there, I
years.
said, "Wait a minute, I got to interview you."
20 plus years, 20
Right.
plus years in this thing. Yep.
Yep. So I've
Yep.
been following you for a long time, so I know what you can.
Wow.
I know what you're capable of. So I said, let me put
Wow.
him on the show. You know how many people he can help. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited for you, and I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show. And I'm sure, listeners, if you really are truly ready to take your health to another level, you have someone that you can contact. I promise you, you won't regret it. I just want you to reach out and book that appointment. Like he said, he will take you through the process the right way before. At least you'll learn before you hire anyone
Happening.
to do what you need
Yeah.
done. That's what I like about that part. But if you have felt like this show
Yeah.
was a benefit, if you felt like it was a benefit, please do share the link and also subscribe to the channel, because I'm always having people on all the time to talk about different things about health and your mental health and well-being, because it's so needed right now. So just thank you so much for tuning in, and to Casting the Net, Mondays with Coach Rice. Thank you for tuning in, and we are signing off.
It's your time to shine. Your journey to chart. With Coach Rice wisdom will heal every heart. So join us now. Let's make life suffice. Welcome to Mondays with Coach Rice.